The ceremonial keel is officially laid, and the legendary name Enterprise lives on. I'm Aaron Pritchett, and this is Focus NNS. We're here in the North Yard on the east side of Dry Dock 12, and although it may look a little different than usual, it's for all the right reasons, as thousands of guests, shipbuilders, and their families entered Newport News Shipbuilding's gates to celebrate the ceremonial keel laying of the 3rd Ford-class aircraft carrier Enterprise CVN-80. We'll take you along and give you a front row seat to history. Plus, giving back to the community, one house at a time, as Newport News Shipbuilding joins forces with Habitat for Humanity for the 19th time. To cut the ribbon with a well-deserving family as their dream becomes a reality. And no, that's not an aircraft carrier or a submarine, as Newport News welcomes a guest, and you better make room for her, as this one-of-a-kind barge from up north prepares to do some pretty important work for Newport News Shipbuilding and the Navy. Those stories and more are coming up, but first on deck, it's a time-honored tradition that signifies the official start of construction of a ship, better known as the keel laying. In the days of wooden ships, it was the first timber that served as the backbone and the strong foundation of the particular ship being built. Fast forward to today, and although ceremonially the same, it's a more modernized celebration to not only shine the spotlight on the start of construction and the technological advances in shipbuilding, but more importantly, all the hard work that lies ahead for the world's greatest shipbuilders as they bring her to life. And here at Newport News Shipbuilding, the excitement for this particular keel laying has been hard to contain. And for that, our Communications Division's Crystal Langston joins us now to tell you more about the exciting keel laying event celebrating the next Enterprise CVN-80.
That's right, Aaron. It was a jam-packed celebration as thousands of guests, shipbuilders, and their families came together to celebrate the future of the next Ford-class aircraft carrier, CVN-80. Join us as we give you an inside look at the ceremony and the fun had by all as we embark on the new journey of the 9th U.S. Navy vessel to be named Enterprise. The historic day began with attendees arriving by bus to Dry Dock 12, where the ceremony took place and also where CVN-80 is set to come to life. Several Boy Scout troops lined the gates to greet guests with goodie bags filled with cool CVN-80 memorabilia and a light breakfast to start the day. It didn't take long before the area became flooded with lots of shipbuilders, their families, and many other guests who came for the momentous occasion.
I've only been in the yard for 2 years thus far, and just being able to watch the evolution of what we've done and how it connects to what is actually taking place in the real world, it's just an amazing thing to be a part of.
Enterprise, of course, has a lot of history behind it, and I think that's a wonderful thing that they're keeping Enterprise legacy going. And I think a lot of people, more than myself, are happy about that as well.
And then it was showtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and welcome to the keel laying ceremony for the newest Ford-class aircraft carrier, Enterprise CVN-80.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Father, thank you as you watch over our shipbuilders and as you guide their hands in their craft. Lord, we thank you as you go before us each day to prepare us to do our best work.
NNS President Jennifer Boykin took the podium and spoke very highly of the skilled shipbuilders constructing Enterprise, highlighting their commitment to the Navy and the nation as the only shipyard capable of building nuclear-powered aircraft carriers.
This is what it means to be a shipbuilder. You always drive for excellence because others depend on you. Your dedication shines in the quality of your complex work, and your patriotic spirit guides Enterprise's construction and prepares her for the future.
Several special guests attended the ceremony, one of them being Mr. Bill Norberg, who's not only a World War II veteran, but also served as chief yeoman on the very first Enterprise CV-6. He was greeted with a very worthy standing round of applause. Biles and Katie Ledecky are the ship sponsors. Ledecky attended in person, while Biles participated via video as the pair marked the important construction milestone.
I want to thank the men and women who are involved in all phases in the designing, development, and construction of this magnificent vessel. By helping to keep our military strong, you are helping to keep our country safe.
As U.S. athletes, Katie and I represent our nation around the world. And one day soon, Enterprise will do the same, bringing her with the spirit of CVN 65 and the power of the entire Navy. She'll represent the bravery that our country is known for, and she'll show that no dream is too big.
And then it was the moment of truth.
So, now, the moment we've all been waiting for, laying the keel of the mighty Enterprise.
Welders Anthony King and Jonathan Risher welded Biles's and Ledecky's initials onto steel plates that will be permanently affixed to the ship, signifying the sponsor's enduring relationship with the shipbuilders and crew. Mike Williams, lead rigger, and Charlie Holloway, crane operator, led the ceremonial keel lift of a CVN 80 unit into the dry dock.
Charlie, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Katie.
All right, let's lower the keel unit into the dry dock.
Okay, coming down.
Here we go.
And it goes without saying, it was quite an exhilarating and defining moment as guests rushed over to see the ceremonial lift. We couldn't let the day end without the proper send-off. In true NNS fashion, a reception was held after the ceremony, complete with plenty of food, and you can't leave out the fun. Take these shipbuilders' word for it.
The reception that they put on for the Enterprise, it included kids and stilt walkers and face painting and food, and it was just really great to see your coworkers in a different kind of environment than what you see during the day.
So I love the ceremony. It was very special and honorable, and I can't wait to be able to come back for the christening and, you know, enjoy the event again. It was really nice to be here.
As you can see, we are all excited as the legacy of the Enterprise continues to move forward. For Focus NNS, I'm Crystal Langston. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Crystal. Great to see that the legendary name Enterprise lives on as our shipbuilders continue their mission of bringing this ship to life as she eventually rises high above Dry Dock 12 in the coming years. Now, let's take a look at some other news from around the yard. From an aircraft carrier just starting construction to a submarine reaching an important phase in its journey, shipbuilders working on the 25th Virginia-Class Submarine Massachusetts SSN 798 recently reached pressure hull complete, meaning that all of the hull sections have been joined to form a single watertight unit. This milestone for Massachusetts follows the delivery of USS Montana SSN 794 and the launch of New Jersey SSN 796 at Newport News Shipbuilding earlier this year, as the shipyard continues to invest in its workforce and facilities to make steady progress, delivering these important assets to the U.S. Navy. It's full speed ahead for USS Montana SSN 794, as the unit has officially joined the U.S. Navy's fleet during a commissioning ceremony held earlier this summer at Naval Station Norfolk. Newport News Shipbuilding President Jennifer Boykin represented the thousands of our shipbuilders who participated in the submarine's construction.
As you take Montana to sea, please know that you carry with her the pride of thousands of shipbuilders and the strength of American manufacturing. We wish you Godspeed.
And former U.S. Secretary of the Interior Sally Jewell, the ship's sponsor, gave the crew the traditional order to man the ship
and bring her to life.
Montana is the 10th Virginia-class submarine delivered by Newport News Shipbuilding and the 21st built as part of the teaming agreement with General Dynamics Electric Boat. A few signatures, a good old-fashioned handshake, and a sold sign. Simple gestures, but a lot of hard work, indicating significant progress for John F. Kennedy's CVN 79, as shipbuilders recently turned over the 1,000th compartment to the Navy of the 2,615 total spaces on the ship, The most recent completed spaces include electrical and engineering spaces, but every turned over space allows sailors assigned to the pre-commissioning unit to increase training on the ship while final outfitting and testing progresses.
You know, just one step at a time, getting closer and closer to the finish line. It can be overwhelming if you're looking at the bigger picture, but if you break it down into smaller sections, it can be manageable and achievable.
Newport News shipbuilders have also installed more than 9.8 million feet of cable, or more than 1,800 miles of the approximately 10.5 million feet of cable on Kennedy as the drive to delivery continues. The future of ballistic submarines is now, as the District of Columbia SSBN 826, the first Columbia-Class submarine, comes to life. As primary contractor General Dynamics Electric Boat, based out of Groton, Connecticut, recently held a keel laying ceremony at its Rhode Island facility. District of Columbia is the first ship in the U.S. Navy's new class of ballistic missile submarines. The Columbia-class will replace the 14 Ohio-class submarines due to begin retiring from service in 2027. At a length of 560 feet and displacing 20,810 tons, District of Columbia will be the largest submarine ever built by the United States. Unlike her sister, the Columbia-class reactors will not require refueling during the lifetime of planned service. In addition to her complement of missiles, the submarine will be armed with Mk-48 torpedoes and will feature superior acoustic performance and state-of-the-art sensors to make District of Columbia the most capable and quiet submarine ever built. Newport News Shipbuilding serves as the principal subcontractor and is well positioned, thanks to not only tremendous infrastructure investment over the last several years in the massive Joint Manufacturing Assembly Facility, also known as JMAF, but also because of its dedicated workforce, who are already hard at work constructing the bow and stern unit for the Columbia-Class Submarine Program. One big special delivery in the form of a brand new one-of-a-kind 400 by 100-foot ocean transport barge, which recently made its way from Groton, Connecticut to Newport News Shipbuilding to begin testing and peer interface commissioning. The barge will support the delivery of both the Columbia-Class and Virginia-Class submarine programs between the two shipyards. The ocean transport barge Holland is named for John Holland, the Irish-born immigrant who designed the first submarine purchased by the U.S. Navy. Due to its large size, shipbuilders and contractors had to accommodate the berthing areas by modifying the one near the modular outfitting facility supporting the Virginia-Class submarine program and constructed a new one on the northwest corner of Dry Dock 12 to support the Columbia-Class submarine program. The first Columbia-Class module will be making her maiden voyage on Holland from Newport News Shipbuilding in 2023. One thing about shipbuilders here at Newport News Shipbuilding is that they're not only here to build great ships, but also take their talents to the neighboring communities. Shipbuilders and community leaders recently came together in the southeast community of Newport News to dedicate the 19th house that shipyard volunteers have constructed in partnership with Habitat for Humanity Peninsula and Greater Williamsburg since 2002. Julia Jones, Vice President of Manufacturing and Industrial Manufacturing and Systems Engineering, presented the keys to Makia Hunter and her two children, as their dream in home ownership is now a reality.
I'd like to thank you guys so very much, and I'm stepping out on faith, and now I'm a homeowner. Thank you.
More than 100 shipbuilders contributed over 600 volunteer hours to help with construction outside of their work shifts to complete the 3-bedroom, 1,200 square foot home. It's the company's highest honor, and for 273 shipbuilders, they truly are models of excellence. Our Communications Division's Heather Land joins us now as we continue on with Around the Yard to tell you more about this exciting event.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm here outside of the Hampton Roads Convention Center where this year's Model of Excellence ceremony was held, a celebration quite a few shipbuilders and their families won't soon forget. This unique drive-in event helps recognize teams of shipbuilders who've made extraordinary contributions to Newport News Shipbuilding and the United States Navy as they continue to lead the way for their fellow teammates with their forward thinking, determination, and innovation. Cornhole boards, pets, and cool cars were just some of the sights at this year's Model of Excellence ceremony. This non-traditional celebration gave honorees the opportunity to give their significant others, children, grandchildren, and friends a glimpse of what it means to be part of the Newport News Shipbuilding family. Honoree Curtis Armstrong posted about his experience on LinkedIn and said he was excited the ceremony has become a family event so he could share his accomplishments with his wife and son. Upon arrival, honorees received their award packages and gift bags, ate dinner, and were able to grab a snow cone, funnel cake, or cotton candy. Newport News Shipbuilding President Jennifer Boykin kicked off the event by reminding honorees that being a shipbuilder means giving your all and committing to something greater than yourself.
Our mission remains clear. Our Navy sailors depend on the ships that we deliver to protect them as they go into harm's way to protect us.
During her sparkling cider toast, she challenged honorees to recognize their power as leaders and always use it to inspire others. For the main event, those in attendance were able to enjoy a movie that showcased this year's Model of Excellence accomplishments. A representative from each winning nomination shared their team's story and success.
It's nice to be recognized. It's pretty awesome the company does that, and we really appreciate that. But really getting that job done, as crazy as it was, that was the win.
We are proud of all 273 honorees, and we know our shipbuilders are already hard at work making the impossible possible each and every day. For Focus NNS, I'm Heather Land. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Heather. What a great event. Every one of our 25,000 shipbuilders play an integral part in the important mission of always building good ships. But there's one group in particular that carries the weight of the world, and in this case, ship components and then some on their backs. Well, okay, not really their backs, but the vital vehicles that they operate. And it's safe to say that without them, these ships would never get built.
We're the transporter team, and we transport the units all over the yard. We pretty much put our hands on every unit in the shipyard. Today we're moving a unit for CVN 80, and as part of the JP5 jet fuel and fire suppression system, and we're moving that to the final assembly plant. So the challenge with this move is basically the size of the unit. It is 462 metric ton, 81 feet long. So in order for the transporter crew to move it, we have to put 4 transporters together. And you piece them all together and you program it to act as one machine. And the capacity is, it holds about 1,160 metric tons. It is 30 feet by 90 feet. So you could just imagine what we have to do to get that down the road. We've moved so many units, and it's a lot of communication. These guys are very professional, very good at what they do. And quite honestly, a lot of times we make it look very easy. The team we have in this transporter crew, I mean, we work so well together, and it takes all of us to come together to make this happen. You have one operator, you have to have guides out in front that are watching everything. To go down the road with something that large, we literally had a plan for about a week to make sure our travel path was clear. So it's very important. It's important that we work well together. We have a lot of fun with it, and I know that I take pride in it, and so does everybody in this crew. Every move is different. The blocking on the jobs are different, the size, how much is hanging off the transporter, how many obstacles we have throughout the roads. But like I said, when you're done moving a job, especially a huge job, and you have all eyes on you, and we make it look like it was just a walk in the park, it feels really good.
What a great group of men and women who have a big responsibility as they transport these vital components to various locations across this shipyard so that these aircraft carriers and submarines can be brought to life. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Focus NNS. Check out our weekly publication Currents for the latest shipyard news, and download our free app NNS to Go. It's available in the Google and Apple stores on your smartphones and tablets. Keep up to date with all of our latest videos and spectacular photos on all of our social media channels. And if you've enjoyed this edition of Focus NNS and are interested in making the commitment to start or even further your career here at Newport News Shipbuilding, check out buildyourcareer.com, where we have plenty of opportunities for you to explore. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'm Aaron Pritchett.